is like in my... Wait, you can't just...
All right, we gotta get this situated. I want to give everybody a chance to get in here before I give my State of the Union address anyway.
Your state.
My State of the Channel address. I put this as the channel update address edition.
Okay, let me... Okay, this is in the way.
It's in the way.
Yeah, you have... Because I have this set up to be over here.
Okay. So slide this over here. There we go. All right. How tired do I look?
Okay.
What's up, everyone? I'm going to wait for everyone to come in here until our normal crowd shows up, and then I'll give the State of the Channel update. You okay?
Yeah.
You can't yawn the whole time because I'm just going to fall asleep. We are very tired. What's up, Tom? How's it going, buddy?
I need this so I can see that.
We're very tired because we spent the last couple of days in Springfield, Massachusetts for meetup game with... oh, look, we got a donation.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think that just set up now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charles. We spent the last... How long did we just spend? 2 days. We were in 2 days in Massachusetts with Brad and Andrew for the meetup game. And we look very tired because we are not used to being up that late. We were up till like 3 o'clock both nights. But Charles, thank you so much for the $1.99 donation. That was very nice of you. That's our first ever donation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. All right. So now that we have some of you guys in here, Bobby, what's up? Ross, what's up? I want to give a little State of the Channel address here because the channel is now back. The channel was down for a week due to a strike that I received. A lot of people in the poker community have been getting strikes and videos removed. I've had now 9 videos removed, and they're not back on my channel yet. I actually did have one video returned to the channel, which is the first ever video. So if you guys never saw my first ever video, it's finally back up on the channel after being gone for a year. So I'm hoping to get all those other videos back up there at some point soon, hopefully, and not hopefully get any more strikes because obviously then I won't be able to post anything. So yeah, that's the state of that. I have 4 videos now that I have pretty much that I just have to make that I'm going to put up on the channel. So I'm planning on uploading videos once again on Monday will be the first one. So that's the state of the channel. We're going to get back in the content grind. Going to start making videos again. As I see here in the chat, Jason is here, who we met last night. And he said it's a great meeting and chatting. And meeting everybody at the meetup game has really always inspires me to make sure that I'm putting out more videos. So that's the goal going forward. Hopefully have at least one video out per week along with our live stream here. And if you guys aren't familiar, wait, we should do this right at the beginning here. So if you guys are here now, you guys are here in the chat, you heard the little, you can rewatch this replay. I'm going to keep the replay up for a week from now on instead of, I got rid of all the old ones. And the replays for this will be up for a week. But if you guys are here in the chat, hit the like button.
No. You have to choke slam the like button.
Jody said to choke slam the like button. Okay, so choke slam the like button if you're here in the chat with us. All right, Bobby. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I agree. Ben, yeah, I know, buddy. I know. I don't expect your sympathy. We are past the days of the little babies running around. So the worst thing for us is now that we were just up till 3 o'clock with talking to a bunch of people about poker. So
yes, and then waking up early.
Anthony suplexed the like button.
Thank you, Anthony.
So Anthony will be a big part of the channel going forward for a bit now because I have this Creating a Crusher series that I'm doing with him where we're going over I can't even talk straight right now. I'm so tired. Where we're it's a video of us talking about his progress playing online poker and the coaching sessions that we're doing together. So hopefully you guys will like that. Yeah, I know it's been ages. Sorry, buddy. Tiny Chris, vlog will be coming soon. So I was just talking about, I'm going to actually upload a video that I did from Florida that I played a session like 2 months ago, but I'm going to actually do that. And I'm going to get some commentary in that one too. Because everybody was telling me and actually telling us how much they love Cam in the videos. So, and she was down to do some videos. So I'm going to get her back in for that one. And then I have these other videos coming out as well. What's up, Leo? How's it going? Oh, Jason Stone Cold stun the like button. I like that. Yeah, he said nodding off while talking. That's why I just fell asleep in Cam's room while we were.
Yeah, he asked why you're so tired.
Okay, I'm so tired because we were in Springfield, Massachusetts for the last 2 days for the meetup game with Brad and Andrew. So both nights, the first night we went to bed at 3 a.m., got woken up at 7 by the kids FaceTiming us from home, fell back asleep for an hour or so. But my normal sleep schedule is I'm in bed usually by 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at the latest. And I wake up at 6 a.m. on the dot every day.
Mhm.
So threw that for a wrench. And then last night, what time we go to bed last night? 2 o'clock?
Yeah. Well, you should have gone to bed earlier, but we decided to go back to the room and watch kid vlogs.
we went back to the room last night after the meetup game and watched the channel and watched some of the videos. Specifically, the Mike Postle video that we did is like one of my favorite videos. Watching that back with the Solve for Why. I said the Solve for Why part of that video is one of my favorite things we've ever done on the channel.
Yeah.
All right, can you keep me up to date here on what's happening? I see Ben Adler in the
Yes.
chat. Ben, we are partying like animals, buddy.
James said, did you go to MGM Springfield last night?
Yes, we did. We were there both nights, and it was fun. It's a good time. I didn't have much luck at the tables. I didn't win very many big pots at all. I'll give you guys a little poker hand histories if you want once we get through this chat. But I lost 300 the first night, and I lost 900 the second night. And I didn't win the biggest. The biggest pot I won was actually the last hand that I played of the night, pretty much, which I'll tell you guys once we get caught up on this in a second.
Anthony said, can Cam do a commentary on my biggest screw up?
That would be pretty. That's a good idea, Anthony. I like that. Maybe we'll throw that in there.
And Jason said that you were up super late last night at the MGM bar slamming water bottles.
That is very true. That is exactly what happened.
Yes. Leo said, me too, brother. I hear you. Sleep is so key, especially as we get older. How many tables at the Mugs?
Do you know how many tables I got? I want to say it was like 12 or 13. The first night there was 12 or 13, and there was 50 people on the list the entire time, but they didn't have any available space because they had these 1-2 games going. Also, I don't know. I'm confused why they did that, but yeah. So it was like 12 or 13 tables, I think, both nights. Yeah, Bobby. How'd I do? Oh, that's a good question, Bobby. So I met Bobby at the MGM National Harbor for a brief second, and what happened was in that tournament, I posted this on Instagram. If you guys don't already follow both of us on Instagram, we're both posting content there daily. I definitely am going to get back to the YouTube channel as well. What's wrong?
It's in the camera.
Oh, it's in the camera. Whatever. It's blocking out the view of my eyes. So we both have been posting content constantly on Instagram. So follow us there if you guys want like daily, basically daily updates of me making quads every hand, and Jody making food. But from the MGM National Harbor, it was a $400 buy-in, $500K guaranteed tournament. And it just happened to coincide with when we were down in National Harbor for a cheer competition for Cam. And so we went to day one of the cheer competition for Cam, and then we went and got lunch. My plan was there was an 11 a.m. flight and a 5 p.m. flight. So I figured I'd late reg the 11 a.m. flight, get there at like 3 o'clock, be able to have 30 or 40 big blinds. Well, for some reason, lunch went really late, and I ended up getting there like at the last second to register, giving me, I think it was 10 or 11 big blinds, which I obviously very promptly busted, and also busted before I could even re-enter again. But there was a 5 p.m. flight, so I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll play the 5 p.m. flight since I'm already here. And each flight played down to 12% of the field to the money, which was 42 players in the 5 p.m. flight. And then it shut down for the night at 28 players. So we got into the money at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then at 3:15 a.m., they announced that we were down to 28 players. So great. Everybody made day two, except for I still had a hand. And it folded to me on the button. I had 108,000 at the 6,000, 12,000 blind level. And I shoved all in with ace 10 offsuit. And the big blind woke up with ace queen. And so I busted 28th in the tournament at 3:15 in the morning. Got back to the hotel at 4 a.m. and had to wake up at 6 o'clock for day two of the cheer tournament. So that was not a well-planned event for us. But that's what happened.
Oh, my God. Okay.
But I did cash for $550, meaning I lost $250 on the day. All right, what's up?
So James said, I missed the nuts doing vlogs. Are they coming back into the vlogs? They were great.
Yes, the nuts will be back. Andrew and Cam will 100% be back. I have some plans in there for Andrew to do some funny stuff, and then Cam is going to bring back commentary, and we'll get them in the mix. Like, you can see how tired I am because this eyebrow. See how the eyebrow's like way up here. What's next?
You can see that I'm tired because I have my glasses on and my pajamas on.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Tom said he finally found the like button.
Nice, Tom.
EKW said, not sure why it says 720 HD and it looks like potato can.
Does that mean it's bad?
But I mean, it's good on mine. So.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry.
Bobby said, brutal. Andrew Nicholas said, I know you've been open about your personal struggles with anxiety. I was just wondering some techniques used to help you cope. Also, did you avoid poker or play more during the times you struggled?
Okay, so the number one thing that's helped me for sure with anxiety is meditation. I started meditation. The best thing you can do, honestly, to hear about a lot of the things that I talk about and that we talk about together for anxiety and other mental health things is we do a podcast that comes out every Wednesday morning. If you go in the Apple Store or anywhere you can find a podcast, search for Raising the Nuts. And if you go to episode 1, I talk about the anxiety attacks and things like that, and then kind of what we did. And then throughout, we've done 29 episodes so far. But meditation's been number one for me. I use the Headspace app. Now, these days, I do unguided meditation. So I just sit there in silence for 10 minutes. But the Headspace app has like meditation specifically for anxiety. And, it's something that you kind of have to just stick to day after day. And it just helps you be able to see your thoughts for what they are. Because a lot of times what anxiety is it's just something either in your head, obviously, or like a feeling in your body, or a thought in your head. And being able to see those things for what they are through meditation is kind of what helped me the most with anxiety, along with getting healthier in other areas of life with, diet and exercise and sleep and a lot of those things. But it's not, it's anxiety isn't something that just kind of goes away. It's always there in the background, and it's just a matter of understanding how to cope with it essentially through those means. But yeah, if you want any more information about it, send me a PM if you want, or DM on Instagram, and we can talk a little bit more. I can point you to like a bunch of different articles that I've written on a blog, and like I said, the podcast, we talk about it every week pretty much. So yeah, that's the best for that, I guess.
Ross said, any mug games in Chicago area in the near future?
Brad and Andrew are going to be there on March 28th, I think it is, at the Chicago Charitable Games. We can't go because we're going to be in Myrtle Beach for a cheer competition. But eventually I will get out to Chicago for a meetup game because I like Chicago a lot. It just has to work out with the schedule.
Is that it? Okay.
Yep.
EKW said, it's probably me. I suck. Leo said, Trevor, I've dealt with anxiety all my life. Cannabis helps me, but you don't seem like the type. Have you tried CBD with no THC at all? Just life-changing in many other ways too. And yes, meditation.
So I smoked weed my entire life, actually, from like 10 or 11 years old to like 23, pretty much every day. I have never used it for anxiety. And I wouldn't use it just for me, for my personal preference. Jody has used CBD. What are your thoughts on CBD? I think it's for, again.
Yeah, it didn't, I didn't find that it helped with my anxiety. I found that it helped with like, I mean, maybe it did. And because I would wake up, if I didn't take it, I'd wake up with like neck pain. But then if I took it, I didn't. So that could have just been the result of the anxiety being calmer and me not tensing up when I was sleeping. So I'm not really sure. I haven't taken it in a while, just because I don't feel like buying it anymore.
I've just realized I didn't answer the second part of Andrew's question either. Did I avoid poker or play more during the times you struggled? I actually played a lot more, but it was only because. Let me turn this. Sorry, it was only because.
You just put it back in the
because my panic attack, my really bad panic attack occurred. It's going crazy. I'm getting all kinds of Instagram DMs. My panic attack occurred December of 2013, and New Jersey Online Poker had just started in November of 2013, which was extremely lucky for me because I basically just shut myself away and played online poker for the first 6 months. I mean, I started playing online poker then, obviously, but I was grinding really hard the first 6 months of the year because I was dealing with the anxiety and I didn't want to leave the house a lot of the time. So I know that first January, the first month after I had the panic attack, I played 210 hours of online poker um, because they were doing all these promotions at the start of New Jersey Online. So I basically just immersed myself in poker at the time. But if I had been playing live again, it would have been very tough. And I didn't play many live tournaments at all in 2013, 2014 or 2015 because of the anxiety.
Okay. I gotta figure out where that we were. Okay, then
Bobby said, "How long did it take to get
yeah,
used to
how
it?"
long yeah.
It took me a while, honestly, and I was one of those people too that was like, I feel like I'm not really good at this. I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm even doing here. But I just kept doing it over and over again. And then after a while, I understood that there's no such thing as being good at meditating. It's just every time when you're bad at it, meaning like people think they're bad at it because they keep getting distracted and they keep losing their focus and that's actually great because it gives you the opportunity to practice more and more. So each time you lose your focus while you're meditating, like say you're counting your breaths, that's kind of a big part of the meditation that I do is counting my breath in and out up to 10. So, 1, 2, like as you breathe in and out. And if you get distracted, then you come back to it again. Every time you do that, that's like getting a rep at the gym for meditation. So I think it probably took me a bit, but I took pretty strongly to it. And I know scientifically they say 8 weeks, I think it is, that your brain actually starts to physically change. I think it's something to do with the gray matter or something. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gray matter changes.
Okay. But yeah.
And then Andrew said, okay, I will definitely check it out. Thanks, man. Sorry to go so deep with you guys being so tired. I appreciate the input.
No problem. I can talk about anything, even if I'm tired.
Ross said yes.
Oh, he's talking about Chicago, yeah.
Okay. Bobby said it helps me with anxiety as well. Weed. Got to be the right strain for me, though. Leo said, what dosage did you take, Jody? Curious. I'll tell you in 1 second.
Okay.
And Bobby said CBD also did not help me. EKW said, are you still playing on PokerStars PA? I've been off a while. I need a PC upgrade to keep HUD, etc. in line, but going to be back in the micros. LOL.
Yeah, I haven't played in PA in maybe the last month or so. I played that day we went to IKEA, whenever that was, maybe a month ago. But I've just been playing my New Jersey games because it's good and I don't have to leave a house. So yeah, but I mean, I still pull up the PokerStars PA client every once in a while from New Jersey just to see what the games are looking like there. But I'll probably just be staying in New Jersey for the foreseeable future while, as long as I have games here to play.
I don't know. This seems like this is lower than
what does?
This CBD. Okay, I have to look at it because all right, Leo said CBD alone has changed my life. It took me a while. 1,000 milligrams is the magic potion or magic portion for me.
Okay.
Andrew said, I can relate. Going to find the podcast. Thanks.
Awesome.
Dave said, about to have my third child any day. Biggest challenge / difference going from 2 to 3.
Good question, Dave. First of all, congratulations. That's awesome. What do you think? I want to hear your answer.
I would say, I mean, just the biggest challenge is that now you're outnumbered. So I know, like, if I had to go out somewhere and I had the 3 kids by myself, especially when Andrew was a baby, then that's the hardest part because you're trying to wrangle kids through like a parking lot or something and carrying an infant carrier, making sure the other 2 are not running out on the street. And, if you have the middle one who's wild, then you really have to keep a very close eye on that one to make sure that they're not running away. And then, another huge challenge that's not so obvious is just trying to make sure that you're spreading the attention out to all 3 and not having 1 or 2 feel like another one is getting all the attention.
Yeah, and I think just like the conflicting personality dynamic between the kids too. Yeah. I think a lot of it obviously depends on your kids' individual personalities and how they are. If you have, if you have one tough one, which everybody seems to have,
Yeah.
then they command a lot of the attention. In our family, that's Cameron, and it's definitely just a matter of sorting things out, and obviously making sure you're paying attention to them as much as possible. Giving them all the attention they have, especially when with the baby's going to command a lot of attention, and the other two might get jealous, or they might just be really good with the baby. You never know what
Yeah.
it's going to be. So, all right, Ben, what's up, Ben? Have you ever hit a rock bottom in poker? And if you did, how did you come out of it? Kind of there myself now. Now myself. I'm sorry to hear that, Ben. That sucks. I can't say that I have, but I would say that there have been many times where I just thought to myself, "How am I ever going to win again?" And over just like a stretch of a couple weeks, and again, I'm playing online, so it's a lot different because things can turn around very quickly online. So, and then also a couple weeks online feels like an eternity. When you're playing every day, if you're just losing every day. Um, as far as advice for how you feel, you got to try to just get back to basics. It's really easy for the negativity to kind of build on each other, build up on it. I can't talk straight. Oh god. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm trying to give you my best answer. It's very easy for like the negativity just to keep going and going and going, and you just feel like you're hopeless and you can't get any out of it or whatever. You just have to kind of build on some positive momentum, and focusing on each decision and going from there. It's very difficult with live poker. I mean, you don't get a lot of hands in, and I if you think about it this way, I played like 15 million hands in my life, and I've had multiple 100,000 hand break even stretches playing online, and from somebody who and those 100,000 hand break even stretches are. When I'm playing at many tables are only like 3 weeks long, but in a live poker game, that's probably 3 years worth of play. Depending on how often you play. So you just have to kind of put the volume in and stay positive and take some focus on each decision and take some positive momentum and go with that. And also, Ben, you can always send me any hand histories you have if you want me to help you out with anything you got going on, or if you just need some mental game help or whatever. Just send me a message and I'll help you out, buddy.
Going back to the CBD, my CBD was 60 milligrams, and I took it twice a day. I used Charlotte's Web, this one here.
And Leo was saying he's
A
100,000.
100,000. He said he was taking 1,000. So I was
Okay.
taking 120 milligrams a day.
So that's a lot less.
Yeah, significantly. But this is the strongest one that they sell on their website.
Okay. All right. Jason has a question for you, Jody.
Yes, I saw it. Yeah, this is a common question, and I don't have a good answer for it. I have to like really sit down and think about this because we get asked it so much. But we were just talking about this with Edward that we met at the meetup game. He was asking me about this. And I don't know, like I can't ever remember a time thinking like, oh, he plays poker. That's so weird. You can't do this. I just fully trusted him. I mean, we were really young when we were 23 when we started dating. And so at 23, I wasn't really thinking about like anything like future wise.
She's just thinking, man, that guy's hot. No, couldn't have been that.
No, I just I don't think that I was really thinking about like the future at the time. So for me, when he had a skill that was different than like just, like a standard job or whatever, that was something that attracted me. Like if somebody has like a specialized skill or something, or they can do something that's not normal, I guess, I find that attractive. So I was attracted to the fact that he could play poker. And I've been sitting and watching him play.
Stretch the leg out. Sorry.
What are you doing? I've been sitting and watching him play for as long as I could. Anytime that I could go watch him play, I would go watch him play. So I was okay with it from the start. It was never like a thing. He's always been successful doing it. So I've never had to like worry. Obviously, there's been times where it was like he's having downswings or something, and that could be a little stressful. But I don't know. He's always just said everything's gonna be okay, and I've always gone with that because I just I just trust him.
Well, so I think there's also two different perspectives from it too. Is one is if it's your job, and it's like, okay, this has always been my job, so this is what's going to provide the income. And if you see that it's providing the income over and over again, then it's like, okay, that's great. That's his job. I'm going to support his job. Just like if you have any other job and your wife is supportive of what you do because it's your job. The other side of things is if it's a hobby, then it's more comes down to your relationship and the communication lines of your relationship and what kind of hobby it is for you. Is it a side hustle type hobby where you're making money doing it, or is it just a hobby where you're losing money doing it? And if you're losing money doing it and you're okay with that, and your wife is okay with that, or your girlfriend's okay with that, then that's fine too, as long as it's something that you enjoy doing or whatever. And it's just about communicating that. And so I would kind of, if you do it as a hobby, I would just always approach it like you would have any other hobby that you'd have, where you'd have communication with your partner about, okay, this is something I like to do. You know, for me, a hobby that I have is going to the Sixers game. And it costs money. It's very similar to uh, if I had a poker hobby that I lost money at. It's entertainment. And so yeah, it's just about communication with your partner and stuff like that.
Oh, I had something to say, but again, it's gone.
Gone. Okay.
All right, hold on a second. It
All right.
was about oh, I know what I was gonna say. I think it was helpful that uh people that I dated previously didn't really have money or cars or anything like that, and I sort of supported them with my money. So then when Trevor and I got together, he had his own car, and so my parents were thrilled about that. And that he was making some money. So, my mom especially was really happy about that. And she liked him from the start. And we had known each other for a while before that. I didn't meet him when he was a poker player. I met him before that. So we'd already known each other. We had an established friendship. And so I just really never gave it a second thought. And then I know I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I see somebody said that oh, EKW. I wondered about this. I thought maybe you thought, well, I have a real job, so I guess we'll be okay. But actually, our dating timeline went from me having a real job to me not having a real job very quickly while I was pregnant because we started dating in January, got engaged in August, pregnant in January, the following January. And then I got laid off when I was 8 months pregnant. So I didn't have a real job for very long while we were together.
Yeah. And like when we first started dating in 2007, I was still pretty much just like a 1-2/25 grinder at in Atlantic City. And then that was the year that I switched to playing heads up online and started doing really, really well. But I mean, I was doing fine, but I was playing live poker. So I actually have still detailed records from those years actually. So in 2007, I was playing 1-2 for the first half of the year, and I played like 600 or 700 hours, and I made $42 an hour at the Trop playing 1-2. And then like I don't remember. I think after that is the second half of the year is when I switched to playing a little bit more 2-5 and stuff like that, and then I moved to playing heads up online, and that became far more lucrative and much better for me then, which coincided with her getting laid off and us having Ava, which has always kind of been a big turning point because once she got laid off and once we were having a baby, it was like, okay, I'm not just going to play 1-2 and 2-5 anymore. I got to figure out how I'm going to support a family and things like that. Hey Matthew, what's up, buddy?
Benjamin said, with 3 kids, you have to switch to zone defense.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dave said, great advice. We'll invest in the backpack leashes. Bobby said, LOL, zone D.
Yeah, so Matthew, that's what I was just saying hi to.
So, hey guys, late checking in. I want to say hi to my favorite power couple. Hello. And then he told us that we look really tired.
We do.
Andrew said, I would think that if it takes away from bills or time with kids and wife/girlfriend in excess, it's not going to work. Well said, guys.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all about obviously just balancing. I think in any good relationship, you need to have the ability to, get work done. You have to provide income. You have to have one-on-one time with your significant other. You have to have time with your kids, and then you have to have individual hobby time. Times that you do things that you enjoy. And so, if poker is one of those things you enjoy, it's just about making sure that you're present and taking care of the other parts of your life as well, so that you can have that other time. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree. Andrew said LMAO savage because he said we have tired eyes. And Bobby said, oh, damn it. Did you play Heads Up Cash? I played a lot of Heads Up Sit and Goes on Stars back in 06 and 07.
Yeah, I played Heads Up Cash. I was played Heads Up on Full Tilt and Stars and Absolute. I played Heads Up there as well as Six Max on Absolute from 2007 till Black Friday. From pretty much 1-2 up to 10-20. But almost all of my volume for the longest time was 1-2 and 2-4 online. Those were like my bread and butter stakes.
And then EKW said, yikes. In 2018, I made about 37 cents an hour playing 1-2. The rest came from promo money.
Hey, listen, that's a profitable year. It's good times, though. If you're having fun doing it, that's all good. Is that the Pan Man?
It's
the Pan
Pan.
Man. What's up, Pan? We spent a lot of time with Pan in the last 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And he still
got home safe.
He still wants to see our face here somehow.
Leo said, just want to say I've only come on here a couple of times and started following Trevor's vlog a few months back, and it's really cool seeing your bond. Such a blessing. Hope you guys appreciate it daily. You won the lotto finding each other.
Thanks so much, Leo.
We do.
Yes. Well, thanks for following along. Appreciate it. It's cool. And there will be videos up soon. If you guys are just tuning in now, I gave a little State of the Union address at the beginning here. Videos are coming soon, I promise. I know people enjoy them, and they will be coming out.
And then Carl's here.
Carl's here. Pan's here. All right. Let me tell you. I don't dabble in any Bitcoin poker sites because I live in New Jersey, so I have regulated online poker and don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So we have PokerStars and Borgata, and the situations are good here. So, all right, let me answer these other ones, and I want to tell you guys a poker hand.
Pan said, "Why not?" LOL.
I'm seeing what.
Wait, what is it?
He said, "All love to you too."
It says, "Oh, is that there's a space there?" I was confused. I saw Al. I love to. Okay, and the whole family looking forward to more skits with the kids. Maybe some Rounders reenactments.
That's actually something that I had written up before. Something to do with Rounders, but we might get to something like that. Ben, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, it's always good to take a break if you're not feeling it. If things aren't going well, just take a break and come back refreshed. And yeah, no online poker, that sucks. I know it sucks. But yeah, if you just take some time off, and if you're not enjoying it, then that's one thing too. If you're not having a good time playing, and I think that you are somebody that likes to have a good time playing, so you got to just take time off and then get back to it when you are having a good time. Oh, thank you, Pan. That's very nice of you.
Mm-hmm. You're one of our favorites too.
Yeah, and dropping down the stakes is not a bad idea either, Ben. Drop down the stakes and play. And I'll tell you something crazy that you might not believe. Last Saturday, there was a decent amount of 25-50 action, PLO, and I got beat up pretty bad. And I was like early in the day, I got beat up. And Saturdays, I just tend to grind all day. So I'm down, I don't know, some ungodly amount, and there was kind of a lull in the action. So to keep my brain sharp, there was no other games going. I was playing 25-cent, 50-cent PLO. So I was playing 25-50 PLO and 25-cent, 50-cent PLO in the same day, and I won $40 playing 25-cent, 50-cent PLO. I felt good about it, kept myself sharp, and then I came back later on in the day to play some more 25-50 PLO and lose some more. But the point of the story is that I was, like no matter what the stakes are, I'm just going to play poker, and I love playing poker. And sometimes you can just move down and get some confidence back and feel good. I can't read what that says.
It says, yeah, that was a recreational player. Won 3K, 2,700 was promo money.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
Not losing.
That's pretty sweet. Can't beat it.
Ross said, "Can't wait to see the nuts again. You guys are awesome."
And
So
that's here.
I'll show you guys a selfie that Cam sent me this weekend. Doesn't she look nice?
There you go. There's some Cam for you guys. She'll be back though soon. An Andrew Postle video. That's not a bad idea, Carl. But
Well, you already made one.
another one he's talking about,
Okay.
little Andrew Postle update. All right, so here's my hand history from the last 2 days. I lost all the hands, pretty much, but the one that I finally did win was the biggest pot that I won during the 2 days. Folds to the button. He makes it. We're playing 2-5. He makes it 15. I 3-bet the small blind with King Jack of clubs to 50. The button 4-bets to 150. We're $1,000 deep because, believe it or not, I was $1,000 deep the entire time because I had one of the worst stacks ever that you can have, which is when you buy in for 1,000 and you always have 1,000 because you just keep topping up back to 1,000 every time you lose a pot. So I have 1,000. I make it. I call the 150, so I call the 4-bet with King Jack of clubs. Flop comes Jack 5-2 with 2 diamonds. I check. He checks. Turns the 6 of diamonds. I bet $130. So the flush gets there. I bet $130. He makes the call. River's an offsuit 4. So a 3 makes a straight. So it's Jack 2, 5, 6, 4, 3 diamonds. I bet $230. And he thinks for 5 minutes and calls. And I win a pot. And it felt so good to win a pot because at that point I was probably stuck, I don't know, 1,700 or 2,000 or something over the course of the 2 days. But it's just nice to win a pot that had some money in it before the end of the session. And it was rough because I didn't even really get to play. I wasn't like playing every hand either, or really like getting crazy in the action because the tables I was at all had people who know what they were doing, and so when they know what they're doing, I can't really just get in there playing every single hand because I'm just gonna get crushed by people who are smart and taking advantage of that. So yeah, it was. I mean, it was still fun. It was a good time, obviously, to meet people. I always at the meetup games, I always have way more fun at the bar afterwards with everybody. And
Me too.
And yeah, I know Jody does for sure. And it was really cool actually seeing so many people that said that they listened to the podcast because that's our thing that we have together, and people listen to it, and it's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, Pan was at my table as well. And he said it was full of 2-5 and 5-10 regs. Yeah, that's pretty much what a lot of my tables felt like. But I knew that there had to be some really good tables out there during the meetup game because I know the one guy the first night, the one guy won 10K, or almost. He left with 10K. I think he was in for 1K or whatever. And then I saw other people with pretty big stacks. So yeah, Ross, I don't know what he had in the hand. I thought it might have been like tens. It could have been ace high. I think one of those hands makes sense. Obviously, like ace high. It was either felt to me like it was tens or a hand like ace 5 or ace 6 that had 4-bet and made a pair.
Your hair looks crazy.
What do you think he had?
I'm not even listening.
All right, guys. Let's take last call here on any questions that you guys have for me or for Jody. In the meantime, I'll plug the podcast that we just talked about. If you go, like I said, to Apple or iTunes, that's the same thing. I do it every time. If you go to Apple or Stitcher or Spotify or any of those places, type in Raising the Nuts. We have the podcast where we talk about things like this. Every Wednesday morning, it comes out at 5 a.m. We've done 29 episodes. The last episode, we talked about... What did we talk about, Jody?
Better replacements for stuff. I'm sorry, I got distracted because Carl just mentioned something.
So Jody talked about better replacements for food, things that you could replace. She talked about some recipes that she made.
Yes.
And then we talked about our job history, actually, which I thought was pretty fun.
Yes. Anthony asked if we're still drunk. Anthony, we had 0 drinks.
0 drinks.
This is sober 2020. We're staying completely sober for the whole year.
Completely sober. 0
we've
drinks.
Had no alcohol. My last alcohol was December 31st.
Mine was actually like December 6th or 7th when we were in Florida with at the house.
You just got a text.
I did? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I'll check it. All right. Well, if you guys watch this replay, choke slam that like button if you haven't done that already. This replay will be up for a week, and we will I'll have the video up on Monday. New video out Monday. See it then.
Unless you get a strike.
Unless I get another strike. Hopefully that doesn't happen. If it does, I'll be making a new channel, and you guys can follow us there.
And Carl, I got it. Energy drinks.
Okay, energy drinks. Okay, cool. And Jason said, "Thanks so much. Remember, sometimes it's the little things like not having a shower curtain rod that can change your life."
Yeah, Jason. I know you're not on social media. You said that, but I actually made a post on my Instagram today based around our conversation.
There you go.
I don't know how to show it to you though, since you don't have social media.
Yeah. See you,
If you want
Tom.
to tell me how to get in contact with you, I'll show it to you.
Always a pleasure, Bobby. See you, Tom. Okay, awesome, Andrew. No problem. Like I said, feel free to send me a message. If you're on Instagram, Andrew, send me a message. We can chat a little bit more if you want. Pan, see you later, buddy. That's right. Double fisting water all night long, buddy. All right. See you guys. See you guys next week. Or see you Monday, actually.
Bye.
Later.